Well, if you've been following the GWV Ecstatic Buddhist video series, you will have recognized that I've spent a great deal of time talking about Buddhism and how mysticism appears in Buddhism. And I've also looked at the other mystical traditions, Christian mystics, Sufi mystics, yogis, and Sikh mystics, and I've shown how some of those mystics from those traditions are having similar experiences. And now I'm going to start presenting material on shamanism, and I'm going to show how some shaman are manifesting the same kind of subjective experiences that mystics are experiencing. However, not all mystics or at least not all the people who have a reputation of being mystics are manifesting the same kind of subjective experiences. In fact, I would argue that most of the people who I've read about who have a reputation of being a mystic in one religious tradition or another do not really qualify for being a mystic. And as I've defined a mystic is somebody who typically is a rigorous, self-aware contemplative who, by leading that kind of lifestyle, will become a mystic. And by becoming a mystic, they are experiencing ecstatic, altered states of consciousness that are characterized by bliss, joy, and ecstasy. So if we see somebody else in another cultural context that's manifesting those kinds of subjective experiences, then we can argue that person is a mystic. And when we study shamanism, we find that some shaman are reporting those kinds of subjective experiences. However, most shaman do not report such experiences. In fact, if we look at how shamanism has been expressed, in most cases we have a wide range of behavior from tribal herbalist, midwife, folk doctor, to village priest, to a ritual master, to storyteller, all kinds of those phenomena. However, if we examine the oral tradition of shamanism as it appears in some native societies, we can clearly see evidence that some shaman in the past in that culture were genuine mystics, because, for instance, out-of-body experiences are reported by Finno-Ugric shaman. We also see out-of-body experiences represented in rock art in North Africa. So clearly some shaman are manifesting some of the phenomena that is characteristic of a mystic. However, most shaman are not. And if we want to study mysticism, we're going to have to unpack mysticism itself. We're going to have to unpack the religions and how they look at their mystics, as well as we're going to have to unpack shamanism and how shamanism has been expressed around the world. Thank you very much, and have a excellent week. I hope you're all maintaining a rigorous, self-aware, contemplative life and experiencing those ecstatic, altered states of consciousness, because I found that they are truly life-changing. Thank you.